Terry Davis, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Frank, go ahead.
Yeah. So as you get closer to game day, just how are your guys handling the emotions of game day and not getting too excited to where they can still focus on the game plan?
You know, that's a great challenge, is to not get too excited. I think today was one of our more spirited, energetic practices, and the guys, are anticipating the game on Saturday. So yeah, we got to work hard to stay level-headed, stay focused on the moment. But there's a level of excitement that we really cannot deny, nor do we want to deny. We spend year-round working for these select Saturdays, and the first one's upon us. So we're for sure going to be fired up and ready to play, and we know Nichols will be as well.
And I see, on the depth chart, Brandon Thomas is the top name listed at running back. What was special about him to where it separated him to get that top running back spot?
Brandon possesses really a rare combination of size and speed. And I think his ability to explode through holes and really take one to the house for some big, long runs, I think separates him from some other guys.
I appreciate you.
Sir.
All right, back to Evan and then Terry.
All right, sorry about that, Kevin. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you got me?
Yes, I got you now. Great.
Okay.
What I was going to ask is, since obviously Seth and Grant are both listed as either or for QB1, I was just curious if you could probably, now that we have some kind of idea, could you kind of break down what each of them differently bring on the field, and to maybe what fans can expect from just either one of them?
Well, I would say Seth and Grant, to be honest with you, are probably a lot alike. Both more very intelligent guys, right? They understand the system very well. Very strong arm quarterbacks, both of them, RPO type quarterbacks. Certainly not going to be a Lamar Jackson type running game, right? But both are outstanding leaders. Both have a really good understanding of what we're trying to do with our system. And just the intangibles of both those guys, I think, are through the roof.
Is it surprising, because obviously with Seth being such a younger quarterback, yes, him and Grant got here at the same time, but as a true freshman, is it kind of surprising, and maybe we asked already, but how quickly he's been able to kind of pick things up a little bit?
Yeah, I think anytime you look at a true freshman and he's in the mix to start the first game, it is surprising, but he's been here since January. And again, we spent a lot of time with these guys. So, he went through the installation first during the winter. We went out and repped it during spring ball. We do it again in the summertime, and then we do it once again in fall camp. So he's heard it 3 or 4 times now. But to be out there when the bullets are actually flying and it's blitz period, and you have to stare down, 11 mean hats coming at you, then yeah, that's something that you have to experience and feel live in the light. And he's done a phenomenal job of that. But again, I think I keep using the word intangibles. He's a cool, calm, collected kid. So I'm excited to see really what both those guys can do.
And with Grant, just to be more specific with him, obviously he has game experience, he's played in games, but just, with his size and ability, kind of like what does he do differently maybe than Seth, just from what he's, obviously facing that game experience?
I would say that's probably it, Evan. I would say the fact that he has maybe a couple more Division I games under his belt would be the main difference. I think arm strength is very similar. I think intelligence, I think understanding of what we're trying to do is very similar with both. I think athletic ability is just about the same. I think they're pretty close. I don't see really night and day differences.
What's going on, Coach?
Hello, how are you?
Doing well. And when you have such a loaded backfield, how do you determine who goes with what packages? How do you decipher that dilemma?
Well, the kids tell us. The kids determine that through all these practices that we've had for the last month. And it makes our job kind of easy. We sort of sit back and we see really who wants it the most, and really who makes the most with their reps during fall camp. And then we can tell, who catches the ball well out of the backfield, who can make somebody miss, who can score touchdowns. And then those are the guys we got to accentuate on game day.
Back to Evan. Sorry. One more thing for me, Kevin. With the you mentioned, I know on Friday, you're confident with anyone who starts and goes out there and just kind of the trust in them. But just for you as a play caller, does it kind of, is it a little bit easier maybe now that you have kind of an idea, okay, this is what we're going to go with, we kind of know what we're going to design around each one of them?
Yeah, I think, obviously once you get some direction, that helps things. It helps all of us. But one more time, I don't think we're going to be a lot different regardless of who runs out and plays quarterback. I think we're going to be pretty similar with our structure and philosophy of what we're trying to do.
All right, Frank, last one.
Hey, I asked Coach Jones this earlier in the month about the running backs. Having such a diverse backfield in terms of the amount of players you have, what does that do for you from a coaching standpoint, knowing you can keep these guys fresh if they get banged up throughout the season?
Well, I think it's a huge advantage, and some people can say, well, you don't have one marquee guy. Well, maybe not, but we got 4, 5, 6 guys that we can run out there and we can keep guys fresh. And if somebody happens to get banged up, we can roll the next guy out there. So I think that's to our advantage. And like you're saying, the mentality that we have is we're going to continue to wear you down. We're going to give you one for a guy for a series or two, and then give you somebody else for the next series and just kind of keep wearing them out. So I think it's a huge advantage. We got a lot of guys that have worked hard and are ready for the opportunity.